I started my photography journey about 5 years ago now, and over the past few years, I've taken so many landscape photos. But one thought that I had recently is I don't really remember the photos I've taken. I've always loved traveling, hiking, and exploring, and I take my camera with me to capture those beautiful environments, but there's really not much of a mental bridge between the photo and the adventure that I have taken. So why is that? When I look at the work of other photographers, specifically for landscape photography, I do recognize how beautiful an image might be, but I don't remember it the next day, more than likely. The exception for this is Peter McKinnon's bucket shot video. Now, if you don't know what that is, you can go watch it on his channel. But the reason why I remember that photo is because it's tied to a specific story. He tells this incredible story of how difficult it was to get this photo. And while yes, the photo itself is absolutely amazing, the story is what makes that photo in my opinion. Which got me to reflect on my own work. I have taken so many landscape photos throughout the years, and I don't necessarily remember most of them. Have I been ignoring the story to my photos too much? But as I was reflecting, I recognized that I do remember one photo very vividly, and while it's still pretty new, I don't think I'm gonna forget it. And it's this photo right here, which is a photo of Marcy Dam in the winter. The photo itself is beautiful. This is probably one of my personal favorite and best shots that I've taken, at least in my opinion. But what really truly makes this photo stick out in my memory is the story behind this trip. You see, I went to the Adirondacks to propose to my now fiance, and this was one of the hikes that we were planning to do, and one of the hikes that we were both extremely excited for. I remember hiking out to Marcy Dam in the cold, and it was snowing. It was very quiet, and before even taking out the camera, we sat down, we were relaxing, listening to the water, looking at the beautiful scenery, and it was an incredibly peaceful moment. And that story behind that, at least for me, is what makes this photo so important to me and why I remember it so well. So this reflection has got me thinking about the importance of stories in photography, especially when it comes to landscape photography, when the subject is the environment and not someone else or like a sports figure or someone doing an amazing thing. That's why I think as landscape photographers out there, you really should start focusing more on the story, because maybe the story is more important than the photo itself. When we take a landscape photo without a specific subject, are we doing the photo and scenery an injustice by not sharing the story behind why you took the photo and what led you to that place and time? After all, anyone can jump on Google, search something like Acadia National Park, and pull up a ton of beautiful images taken by so many talented photographers out there. But I guarantee you, of those photos that you saw, if you knew the story behind the photo and why that photographer took that photo, the memory of you seeing that photo is going to stick with you a lot longer. Before the days of the internet, when landscape photography wasn't as readily available, I think you can get away with not telling the story behind why you took a shot. But I think moving forward in this day and age, the story behind any photo, whether it's a landscape photo or a photo about any subject, is going to be just as, if not more important than the photography itself. As photographers, we should strive to try and tell those stories. Why this photo is more important to me, and try and share that relation with someone, because that will help other people viewing your photo appreciate that photo that much more.